Jai Hind to everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the topic Introduction Array List Classes Linked List Class. Basically, it is under the unit of collection framework and it is the part of subject object oriented programming with Java. Subject code is BCS 403. It is basically the collection of interfacing classes. There are many predefined classes and interfaces are available to handle the data. Data is handled in terms of the objects. So, it consists of many methods under the interfaces classes that will handle the group of the objects. Now, two important parts in the collection framework is the algorithm and iterator. So, as I told, it is a framework. It has many classes and interfaces. Therefore, it has a many methods and these methods work on a group of objects. Whatever the entity in the collection is a part of the object. So, you are handling the objects. To handle these objects, we have the algorithms and there is a iterator to move from each object. So, let's go in detail about what is the algorithm. Basically, these are the methods, these are the functions that will operate on the collections and are defined as a static method within the collection classes. So, these methods are defined as a static so that we can call easily, and the purpose of this algorithm is to provide a standard means of manipulating the collections. Here the collections meaning is here the set of objects. So, we have the algorithm that work on the set of objects and they are providing a standard way of manipulating it. Next is iterator. So, whenever we have a collection of objects, we need to move each object one by one. For that purpose, we have a iterator. It is an interface and its job is to access the elements within a collection. Collection, or you can say here the meaning is a set of objects. Accessing elements, we are accessing each objects of the collection one at a time. Because each collection provides an iterator, the elements of an collection class can be accessed through the methods of defined iterator. So, iterator has the interface, it is an interface, it has many other methods to access each element of the collection, that is the access the objects of the collections, and there are many other methods are available to manipulate on the objects, that is the elements of the objects. We will discuss what are those methods are there. So, the beauty of the collection framework is that it has the algorithm, predefined methods as well as, or you can say, functions which are available to work on the data, or you can say objects. Similarly, it has the iterator also. So, you can move each object one by one at a time. It is very easy approach. Next, collection interfaces have some methods to do optional. Some of the methods are optional. Optional methods enable to modify the contents. So, yes, it is possible you can modify the content of the collection. So, collections that support those methods are called the modifiable. So, if you modify the collections, we can say the collections are modifiable. There are methods or collections that do not allow their content to be changed are called unmodifiable. So, here we can understand there are collections which are modifiable, there are collections which are not modifiable. So, the collections which are not modifiable is called unmodifiable, which are modifiable we call as a modifiable. Now, we have some examples. One of the collection class is array list. So, in this video I am going to discuss only few classes to understand the basics of collection. So, array list is a class and it extends the class abstract list and implements the list interface. So, basically array list is the subclass of superclass abstract list and it is implemented the list interface. This is the generic class declaration. We have the class and name of this collection is array list. E specify the type of the objects, like the object can be of integer the object can be of a string. So you can define any type. Therefore, we call as a generic class definition of array list. Array list supports dynamic arrays that can grow as needed. So there is no fixed size at the starting of defining the array list. This can be created with the initial size, that is up to you. You can give any number, so array list will be created. Now important is when this size is exceeded, the collection is automatically enlarged. So array list which is created can expand as per the requirement, and it can also shrink if you remove the elements from the collection. So the beauty of this array list is that it is of type dynamic. No need to give the initial size. If you are giving the initial size, it will create accordingly, the number of elements will be created, and it can expand it as per the need, and it can shrink also as per the requirement. Now these are the constructors to create the array list object. The first constructor is array list, no arguments, meaning is that it will create an array list of empty array list. Second constructor is array list. So this array list will be created of type C, whatever the type of C, similarly the array list will be created. Third constructor is you can define the capacity, that you are passing the number of elements here, accordingly the array list will be created. Next, program to demonstrate the array list. Here I am going to explain the example of array list class. So again I am repeating, here the array list class, it is a collection class. It is the part of the collection framework. So I am showing the example of a collection, very simple example, and in this class, in this example I am explaining only array list class, which is a type of collection from the collections framework. So first of all, import java.util.star, because it is the package, we have a set of collection classes. Then defined a class, main method. Now this is important, we are going to create the object of the array list. So we have written array list here. Now we have defined the type, this is important. So we are going to create an array list of type string. Therefore we have given the string type as it is here. Next, similarly we use the new operator to define the object of the array list, and again you have to give the type, that type of the element. Here the type of the element is string, so the object, or you can say elements, that will be created in this array list object of type string. So with the help of this constructor, we are able to create an array list. In theoretical, we can say, or you can say, we can say very simple, a collection is created and name of the collection is AL, and the type of this collection is array list, and type of internal element of this collection will be of string. So we can understand in this way also. So we can say AL is the collection and it consists of elements of type string. So just to find out what will be the initial size at the time of creating this collection, we are using al.size. It will display whatever the size, will see the output. Now if you want to add the element in this collection, or if you want to add the element in this array list, then you have to call the method. We call as an algorithm. So the one of the method to add any element in the collection, that is add element in array list, which is of type collection. So we are using the add method and we are passing the data. So C is a string data, C will be added into the collection. Similarly, A will be added, E will be added, B will be added, D will be added, and F will be added. So with the help of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So these are the 6 elements are added, C, A, E, B, D, F in the collection, that is in the array list. This is the second form of add. You can give the index number in which you want to add. So we have given the index number 1, at the index number 1, the element A2 will be added. Now, these number of elements are added. Again, look for the size, AL dot size. So, it will display the number of elements in the collection. Now, here you can see we are displaying the collection, that is we are displaying the elements within the collection, or in different words we are displaying the elements in an array list. So, it will display the number of elements in the collection. Now, you want to remove some element from the collection, or you want to remove some elements from the array list. So, we are using AL remove F. So, F will be removed. Then we are using AL remove 2. At the index number 2, whatever the element is there, it will be removed. So, remember, similar to the array, the element index start from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3 likewise. So, we have removed 2 elements from the collection or from the array list. So, what will be the size? Size will be reduced. So, we will see how many number of elements are available in this collection. We will see the output. Then finally, we are displaying the contents of AL. So, this is a program that I explained. It is a very simple program, very good demonstration of array list, in which we have created the array list with no initial size, and we have added 7 elements C, A, E, B, D, F and A2 at the index number 1. Then we are displaying the content and as well as size of the array list. Then we have removed 2 elements F and 2. Again we are displaying the size and again we are displaying the content. Let us see the output. So, at the initial, the array list is empty and we have added 7 elements. So, size is 7 and these are the contents. You can see at index number 1 we have added an element A2. So, it has been added, it is an index. This one is an index. By default it is 0, 1, 2, 3 like this way. Size of after deletion 2 elements has been deleted. The size is reduced. So, or you can say number of elements now left in the collection are 5 because 2 has been removed, and we are displaying those elements, that is C, A, 2, E, B, D. These are the 5 elements has been shown as a output from the program. So, this is the output of the program that I discussed previously. Initial size 0, size of after deletion 7, then these are the elements, then we have 2 elements has been deleted, then we are displaying the output. So, this is one demonstration of array list. Second, I am going to discuss about one more example is, that is, or you can say linked list. So, before explaining about the linked list, I just have an extension of the array list demonstration. So, I already discussed collection basically consists of element in terms of objects. Sometimes we need an array which consists of elements of basic data type like integer, string. So, we can convert the collection into an array. It is possible. So, sometimes it is requirement that we need an array from the array list. So, to convert an array list from an array, we are calling the function toArray. So, with the help of toArray, we can convert array list into an array. Again, I am reminding it, array list basically consists of element which is of type objects. When you convert it into a simple array, now in the simple array the element will be of type string, because we are using the previous example, that is we are calling as a string. In the previous example, if the collection has the element of type integer, then in the array also the element type will be of integer. Okay. So, there are several reasons exist for converting a collection into a simple array. To obtain faster processing, because these are the basic data types. So, computer machine can process it in the fast way. To pass an array to a method that is not overload the accept a collection. Sometimes some methods are not accepting the collection as an argument. In that case, you will convert the collection into the simple array and you will pass it. Now, to integrate the collection base code with a legacy code. Sometimes we have older methods we call as a legacy code in which you will send the data. You want to send the array. In that case, you can use it. Now there are two versions of the array. Two array. So again repeating, the two array is to convert the array list into a simple array. So the first version is two array. So the return type will be of object. Second version is again two array. In this return type will be of type T, and argument that will receive again will be of type T. So the first return an array of the object. The second returns an array of elements that have the same type as the T. Normally the second form is more convenient because it returns the proper type of the array, that we want the array of simple elements of simple basic type. Now this is the program. Basically in this program we are going to convert an array list into a simple array. So we have imported the package, then we are giving the name of the class, then we have a main method, then we have a array list, and we are using the AL. So basically AL is the collection name here, or you can say it is object of type array list. So technically we calling as a AL is a collection of type array list. Then this time it is working on the integer. In the previous example it was working on the string, this time it is working on the integer. Now we are adding elements to the array list. So AL add 1, AL add 2, 3 and 4. So we have added 4 elements, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So all are, because it will accept the integer, so we have given integer 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then we are displaying the contents of AL. Now here is important, at this level it will display the output as a collection because AL is a collection of type array list. Next we want to create a simple array in which we will receive the converted form of the array list. So we have created a simple array, that is IA, it is a simple array of type integer, and we have defined the size of this array similar to the size that is of the collection, that is the number of elements in the collection. So then we are using the AL is the collection name, toArray is the method to convert a collection, in this case array list, to a simple array. We are passing in which you will receive the elements of collection. So IA is the simple array in which it will receive all the elements as a basic data type into the integer, and again it will return back the same variable, that is of IA. So here the IA is of type simple array and AL is of type of collection, that is an array list. Or just for mathematic purpose we have taken sum equal to 0 and we are using the for loop from I to IA, that is number of elements in the simple array. Then just make the sum up of each element and we are displaying the value. Sum is whatever the sum is there, it will be displayed here. So now you can see here in this program we have converted array list into a simple array. Next, contents of AL. It is the output of this program. In this position it is a collection. Then this collection is converted into a simple array and we are making the addition. So this addition is coming from simple array after converting from array list to an array. So this is very important part. We can convert array list into a simple array. Next class that we are going to discuss is linked list class. Very good class, very good collection which is used in the programming. Linked list basically extend abstract sequential list, and it implements three interfaces: list, DQ and queue. It provides the linked list data structure. So, linked list is a generic class that has this declaration. So, we have a class, linked list and E. So, E specifies the type of object that the list will hold. So, it has only two constructor. The first is for the empty linked list. Second linked list is for the collection, and it will create the collection on the basis of C type. Whatever the type of C, accordingly the linked list type will be defined. So, the first constructor builds an empty linked list. Second constructor builds a linked list that is the initialized with the elements of the collection C. So, whatever the type of C, accordingly it will be initialized. Now, this is the program to demonstrate the linked list. We have imported java.util package for the collection framework. Now, in the main method, we have created the linked list object LL, and its type is string. Again, we are putting the string here to create the collection, that is linked list collection of type string. So, all the elements in this collection, that is in linked list collection, will be of type string. Next part is to add the element in this linked list. So, we have used add F, add B. So, B, D, E, all this data has been added. Now, important, linked list has many other methods for adding the elements in the linked list class. So, one of the method is add last. So, Z will be added at the last of the linked list. Add first, because of it is a linked list, we can add the element at the first position, and we can add the element at the last position, as well as we can add the element middle of the linked list also. So, at first we will add this element at the start of the linked list, and in this it will add the element at the index number 1. So, in the node at the index number 1, that is node number 1, the element A2 will be added. So, these are the three different types of, or you can say 4 different types of methods to adding the elements into the linked list: add last, add first, and add with the help of index number. Now, you can remove the elements also. Just use the remove. F node will be deleted. Just remove 2. So, node at number 2, whatever the contain at number index number 2 will be removed. Then it will display the linked list. Now, you can remove the first also, you can remove the last also. So, linked list after deleting the first and last will be LL. So, here you can see it is also possible to change the content of a node. So, we can change with the help of set methods. So, first we have taken the what is the value at the index number 2. So, we are using the get method, and we just pass the index number. Whatever the value at the node number 2 will be retrieved, will be stored in the variable VAL, and with the help of set method at index number 2, because we have taken index number 2, it is your choice, you can change anything. Here we are going to change at index number 2, whatever the content we have taken it, and just use the word changed. So, value plus change will be added, and it will display the value. So, LL after the change is this one. So, this is the program of the linked list. Here we can see here again, just have an just look on this program. We have created the linked list, and we have added the elements in this linked list. We are able to remove the elements from the linked list. How it is very easy with the help of collection. These methods are already available. No need to overload these methods. No need to implement this method. Just use the linked list collection, and all these methods will be available to you. Next is it is also possible with there are various methods: remove first, remove last, and you are able to change the value from any node. So, just get the value, or you can modify any value with the help of the set method. So, this is the output. Here you can see this is the original content of linked list. and contain after the deletion we have deleted 2 elements. So, it is showing the we have deleted the F and at index number 2. So, F has been removed here and index number 2 is 0, 1 and 2. So, this is the F has been deleted. Then B, you can see the B is deleted here. So, when you delete the F, B will be at the position number 2. So, when we remove 2, meaning is it is deleting the contained number, contained B, because B after deletion of F, B will be at the position number 2. So, after the deletion of 2 values, this is the node of linked list. So, LL after deleting the first and last, so first has been also deleted, Z is also deleted here. So, we have only 3 elements A to D and E. Now, we have changed the E. Here you can see. So, contained of E has been modified at index number 0, 1 and 2. So, at position number 2 we have the element E. E will be retrieved and it is modified by E change. So, this is the LL after the change A to D and E change C. So, this is the output of the program that I recently explained, the linked list collection, it is easily available and you can use various methods of linked list collection. So, thank you very much for this video lecture, and in this video lecture I discuss about simple brief introduction about the collection, and I have demonstrated 2 important program. One is array list, second is linked list. Thank you very much.